Hi, this is Terry Schwartz on YouTube's channel. So, I owe this to Mr. Bentley and Mr. Cox, my business teachers. I am 14 years old, so I'm going to teach how to make money for teens and kids. So, if you're like, I'd say 8 to 13 years old, this is for you. The first thing I'd say how to make money on is candles. You can do it. You can get it from Candle Science, which I recommend most likely. Um, that is the best way to do it. You can also, the second one is make your own jewelry or crafts. A lot of people love it. Right now, my dad wants paracord like this. It's Life Academy paracord. Which was Mr. Bentley and Mr. Cox again. But yeah, they're really nice people. So anyway, the paracord you can make a lot of money from, or jewelry anyhow. Women or men, whatever, they will pay for this. Like $5, I would range it on. For candles, I would range it on $10. Because that's what a good price would be if you're in that business, which I was in that business. So, from a retail experiencer like me, I say $5 for paracord and $10 for candles. So, the third thing is, I believe, bug farming. I've heard that's really good. And it's way to make money. We tried that this year in my thing, but all of them escaped. And because of the lake and stuff. So you shouldn't keep it near water or anywhere like that. If you have a backyard that doesn't have as much lakes and stuff, or isn't right near a lake, then you're good. Because my yard, let me show you. My yard is compatible for cricket farming. So if it's like that out there, there's grass and stuff, no lakes and stuff, then you're good. Cause that's perfect. Another thing you can do is if you never heard of plants, you should have. Lemonade or anything like that, a lot of people will pay for fruits. Just handing out, just like making lemonade, limeade. I mean, you could just get lemons, limes, grapefruit, anything. You can get it for pretty cheap on Amazon. I recommend John Waterman, but I got it from Hertz Gardens, which is also a really good one too. Which I am getting it January 6th through December 31st, somewhere around there. But yeah. What else you can do is wash cars. A lot of people like Waterway over where I live, right down the street. They earn a ton of money washing cars. Do it, I'd say, for like $20, $20 to $30 each car. That's what Waterway does it. If you want, you can do it. I would recommend 15 at tops. 15 is the good part because you'd compete against Waterway and plus you'd make it cheaper. So if you make it cheaper, the customers will more or less likely pay you than Waterway or anywhere. So, because that would make you a lot of money. Another thing is like building. A lot of people build like Legos and stuff and they become really famous. If you're really into like Lego building and stuff, you can make a ton of money on that. There's a person at the JCC that made a menorah and he made a ton of money from that. Just making sculptures like that, you get a ton of money. You could ask a store or anyone and they'll give you money for it. Another thing is, if you ever do, Um, if you have like farm or something like that or whatever, if you don't, most residential area anywhere, you can make a rabbit farm. Those are really fun. In residential areas like these, Pepper Pike, California, or anywhere like that. Emus are really great. I love them. They're one of my favorites. So if you like farming, I'm up for it. So are you. I bet some of you guys would be too, because you make a ton of money. Even though the demand's way gone down by hand. Now they use it by factory, which is so great for you. So if you're going to do a farm, try to do it by hand. It's really good, farming is. Just saying. Another thing is you can sell stuff to grocery stores. So if you have like a grocery store nearby or whatever, you can make a deal with them on like selling a toy or whatever, selling what that grocery store does not have. If I were to sell my lemons, that's what I would do, cause a lot of people in Heinen's don't have Meyer lemons, which is very rare in Cleveland. So that's why I'm gonna sell some of mine there, or I'm just gonna make lemonade. It's just that easy. So if you're gonna need plants, I mean, you could even sell in tropical weather or whatever. I live in Ohio, which is really cold, about as cold as Michigan right now. Really cold. Luckily, it's not snowing though. So yeah, I'm getting the lemon over in the sunroom, which is way down there, which is kind of a little bit cold, but you know, it's really good for its quality. So yeah, it can tolerate a lot. It's the only lemon I know. So if you're looking like for like a job, I mean, there's a ton you can do. If you have like a crabapple tree, which I do, or anything like that, well, out in your like where you live, I have a crabapple tree right near where I live. People will eat crab apples. It's very edible. If you have any wild stuff that contains like red or stuff, taste it first or check it with like research on it. I bet you would find it. Because that's how I found out the crab apples. I tasted them. And I researched with some friends of mine at school. Life Academy and stuff. Those were crab apples. They're edible. But only when they're super tiny, about that big. And they have to be super hard. Not soft, not perfectly ripe. Because if it's perfectly ripe, you could die. So it needs to be this big. With a long stem. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're, also you could, I've heard this before, rabbit farms or pet farms or stuff, people will pay a ton of money. So if you have a male and a female,